thank you. That would be great. That would be great. We're going to go ahead and pop that out and full screen it. Bingo. Okay. Leave and rejoin. I'll invite you back up, Z. Hopefully you can hear me. How about now? Can you hear us? Take that as a resounding no. Let's go ahead and get a reminder message put up in Boo Chat. I don't know if you've done that already.
Oh yeah, no, I did it for the team, but I didn't do it for the.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just getting a reminder chat sent out there, that'd be great.
We did have one person join us, but I don't see him now.
Yeah, Alex hopped in and then hopped back out. It's usually how it goes in the beginning stages. People pop in,
Right.
people pop out. Yeah. No big deal. Z, I don't know if you can hear us, but we also can't hear you if you're talking. This is also part of the reason why I don't like using Discord for AMAs. I think we have audio issues every single time we do it, but I understand why we had to do it for this one. Humanity, what up? Obviously, just giving it a couple minutes for everybody to find their way in, and I believe CD either has or is in the process of putting out a little reminder message for everybody. So just hang out with us, have a good time, just chilling for a minute. Although I know it is pretty late for you, so hopefully we can get to these topics quickly. Tried to do it an hour earlier because, yeah, what is it? You're, well, it's probably like 11 o'clock for you right now, I believe. I don't know why I'm speaking to you. You can't speak back. I guess we could use the chat channel, though. We'll do the AMA chat channel, of course. Not that this is necessarily important at all, but now that I'm looking around my house, I realize that all three of my clocks are showing different times. My microwave shows 2:04, my oven shows 2:10, and my computer shows 2:03. So yeah, that's good. Void, welcome in. Glad you could join us. Obviously, just giving it a couple minutes here for everybody to get on in here after we send out that little reminder message. Sauce Code, what up? Chuck ER. I don't know that I recognize that name, but welcome nonetheless. Chief Noodle. Oh my gosh, is that the Chief I think it is? No way, that's Chief. Right on. Welcome in, everybody. Again, just giving it a couple minutes for people to join in. We will get started here shortly. It's 12 a.m. for you. I was close. I was close. I knew it was something late. We do really got to figure out a good time for that. I thought we did a poll for this like a week ago, but then I looked and noticed that I guess that hadn't ever actually gone out, so we will need to make sure to do that. CD, if you wouldn't mind, could you take a little note that we need to do the poll for the AMA time?
Yeah.
Because it gets super late for some people. For the AMA, if you aren't coming up on stage and speaking, but you still want to ask questions, as usual, we will be using the AMA chat channel. You can find that 2 channels above the one you are currently in. I am checking permissions now just to make sure everybody can see it and message in it, which it seems to be you can. So we will be using that.
Am I live?
Yeah.
All right on. I guess it wasn't working on my phone. That's weird.
Ah, yeah, computers are typically better for using Discord, I've noticed, but phones are better for using Twitter. Gotta love how that works.
Exactly.
Let's just keep it confusing, you know? That's the best way to do it, right? Graphlix, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody, and thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I know that this is kind of a late time for a good amount of you, but I have just asked CD to take a note and make sure we do the do a poll for a better AMA time. We are trying to keep it on Mondays, but of course, if we do need to change the day to make it fit best for everybody, we could do that. So we'll be taking some suggestions and setting that up. But without further ado, we're going to start getting into it, and I imagine people will kind of filter in throughout the whole thing. CD, if you wouldn't mind, could you please hang out in the AMA chat channel and just let me know if people are piping up in there. I have my screen set to the graveyard specifically because I am recording for YouTube. So, but yeah, and obviously just a notification to everybody, if you do end up coming up on stage and speaking, this AMA is being recorded so that we can upload it to YouTube later for those that miss it now. But a lot of excitement, honestly. I know there might have been a couple of speed bumps here and there, but a lot of excitement. We finally got the reroll done. I personally am super excited, and I know a number of you are as well. Quite the process, honestly. We are aware of the we are aware of the couple issues we found. Being that the pacifiers and the potions and the boo sticker that's disappearing when it hovers, those are being currently addressed, so we should have it fixed soon, but of course we will keep you guys updated on when those fixes are applied. But other than that, I mean, True Rarity has finally entered into the project. As more and more metadata is refreshed, we're starting to see the true numbers. And honestly, like me personally, I'm really enjoying that, being able to go into my collection and actually look and see, what the actual score is on stuff. It's kind of nice to see something that's not, 45% of the collection has this. Instead, we're seeing those 2 to 3% numbers, which is extra exciting. Additionally, a lot of people yesterday were asking about what's the word for it? What program we're going to be using for rarity scores and everything like that. So in the future, we will be moving towards using Rarity Sniper for that. But in the meantime, and for all intents and purposes of the project, we have had issue after issue with OpenSea. One of the issues that I'm actually currently having addressed is the fact that our trait categories, some of them have like 3 of the same category or 2 of the same category, and the names are all over the place. It's super broken. We're not sure what that is. We've checked and checked and checked on our end. It's nothing we've done. Our metadata is all correct and everything like that. So we have opened a support ticket with OpenSea and asked them to correct that issue, but so that we can have displayed rarity and a better looking marketplace for everybody to be viewing and everything like that, we are going to be opening up the collection on LooksRare. So yes, you will still be able to open and interact with it on OpenSea, but as far as rarity and actual like clean functionality goes, we are going to have it over on LooksRare. For those of you who are unaware of the platform, I will be opening up a little updates channel, similarly as we have with the Metaverse channel and stuff like that, where there will be plenty of information provided that you can read up on and check it out and see what it is. Those of you who do know what it is, well, then you have a reason to be excited because you know exactly what it entails.
Why don't you just give a couple of highlights, because I think it would be, people might be excited to hear what you can get, the benefits of using it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Honestly, I'll spill one highlight for it. One of the ones that's actually my favorite. So LooksRare has their own token, and I believe it's called just Looks or Look token or something like that. Yeah, Looks. So this token grants you, so by operating on their platform, buying or selling or even just having your pieces listed on there or just there in general, you actually, or it's listed. Is it just there in general, or is it they have to be listed to gain the reward?
No, you actually have to be, you either list, buy, or sell to earn Looks tokens, and the fees are roughly about 30% cheaper than OpenSea. It's actually a great platform, and it's a great way to earn passive income to kind of just earn some cash as you have some stuff up there for flipping.
Yeah, I believe the only thing that you don't necessarily always get is the rewards for listing. If you buy or sell, you always get rewards, but the projects that are rated number, I think the top 10 projects also get rewarded for listing.
Okay, so maybe not every project gets rewarded for listing. Still, I mean, that's okay, because I don't know why you would want to necessarily reward people for listing, because I'm pretty sure we want holders, right? That's what we want. We want diamond hands. But yeah, anyway, so it's a fun platform. It's got a nice look. Me personally, I like the darker theme on things, and Looks Rare has an automatic dark theme applied to it, and it just looks a lot cleaner in my opinion. With a couple of additional features too that OpenSea doesn't exactly have, so the user experience is quite a bit better in my personal opinion. So I personally think that dashboard is going to be a lot of fun, but also again, it allows you to view your rarity and have that ranking easily accessible for you there. So that's super exciting and awesome in my opinion. I completely just lost my train of thought. CD, what was my next point?
Well, you were going through the benefits of the reroll, and so some of the, I don't know if you're going to touch on animations and
Yeah.
things like that. So.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Been a long day. So yeah, being that the collection did take a little while to actually get around to fixing the art and fixing those issues, which apologies again for, but now we can all sigh or breathe a breath of relief, knowing that it's done. But one of the things we did decide to throw in there, because it did take so long, was animating the collection as well, which has definitely added some nice new characteristics to it, I think. I know the whole process of getting the actual video is a little bit tricky, but we are working on typing out some instructions, I guess you could say, on how you can actually download your MP4 file and utilize that potentially as a GIF PFP for Discord and stuff like that. So that's something we're working on that you guys can be seeing here soon. But additionally, we did add in a couple of new traits as well. If you haven't realized already, there is now a ukulele, a laptop, and is there one other? I feel like there is one other.
I believe it's a guitar. It's actually called a guitar.
It's called a guitar.
And...
Yeah. Sorry, guitar. Well, it's called the guitar, but it's about the size of the ukulele.
Anyway. I know, it looks more like a ukulele, but...
Exactly. Maybe we should rename that then, huh? Anyway.
I had actually misspoke and called it an iPad because it looked more like an iPad, but it is actually a laptop, and someone had corrected me on that. I was like, oh, dude, I totally am 100% wrong on that one, but yeah, I'd like to think of it as an iPad.
Well, yeah, so that's it. That trait has some interesting things to it that I could go into later, but yeah, it's a fun little trait. It is a laptop though. We probably could have made that a bit more distinguished though. Notes for the future for sure. But yeah, so we did add in a couple more traits, which is just adding to the rarity of the collection. I believe those two traits both had a 5% chance for the algorithm to actually pull, and I believe, if I'm correct, those are both sitting around, they're somewhere around like 4%. They're actually relatively low right now, although all the refreshing has not happened yet, so we will see what that final number ends up being. But yeah, so the introduction of True Rarity, I think we've already actually seen a lot of positives from that, as the sales bot has been going off in chat, at least for the last 24 hours or so. We've actually seen some good activity over there, which means some people are seeing some stuff they're interested in or trying to collect a little bit rare traits, which of course is always nice. The other introduction we made is, so the collection, between both the Genesis collection and the main collection, we had a total of 28 legendaries that were supposed to be kind of distributed out between both collections. Because we have decided to go a new route with the main collection and just completely change up the art and make it this whole other animal, we did decide to introduce the rest of the legendaries into this collection. And so you will notice some of you were randomly dropped legendaries into your wallet to replace some of the NFTs that you previously had. We've got some really cool ones out there, and we still have some in the founder wallets that we will be doing. We will still be doing the auctions with man, I can't talk right now, I swear. We will be doing the charity auctions with, so that is still very much so a thing. Z, I believe that was your phone.
No, that was CD, not me.
It's mine. I apologize.
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, so we were able to drop a couple of the legendaries in there, so a little bit of additional value for those of you who received those. Congratulations to you. I'm looking forward to seeing who all got what. We did post that post up on Twitter to get people to share their boos, so I'm hoping a lot of you kind of hopped on there. I'm excited to see what all you guys grabbed. But yeah, moving forward from that, I think, honestly, with the Minecraft server, with tokens and everything like that coming up, having the collection holding true rarity is really going to help kind of move this process along, especially as we start to open up more and get some more holders coming in from different projects. I know personally, or not personally, but I know me and Z throughout this week, we do have a couple of spaces scheduled with other projects where we are going to be talking about the Peekaboos and talking about what's upcoming and everything, and obviously catering our marketing and those AMAs towards, bringing more people in here and adding more value to the project. So honestly, a lot of big things moving forward. Just had that hurdle to get over. And then, like I said, adjust a couple of or clean up a little bit more of it that was slightly off with the reroll. But other than that, I think we're in a pretty good position. Yeah, sorry, I'm like super parched right now too. But anyway, so the next part I wanted to get onto is the golden coffee cups. Now that those are actually in the collection, aside from every holder being automatically gifted a 10% discount to Coffee Labs Roasters, we also have the golden coffee cup that has its list of benefits, and those holders now have the opportunity to go ahead and claim it. So I'm going to turn it over to Z now, and Z will go ahead and talk you through what that process is going to look like for getting your subscriptions. So go ahead, Z.
Thank you, Kingsley. So, to the holders that have received their golden coffee cups, I am asking everyone to open a ticket, so therefore we can verify that you are the holder of that. At that point, you will go to coffeelabs.com. You will create an account. Once you have created that account, it will be linked to you. You don't need to do anything more. That is it. If you go away on vacation, obviously, you can go in and pause your subscription until you return. The one thing about onboarding into the Coffee Labs website and subscription, you will have to be doxxed. Your names will be in there for shipping purposes. I do not share that. I do not sell information. I'm not part of that fucking vicious evil machine. So you'll just be in our system solely and exclusively. If you do not want to put your name in, open a ticket addressing me directly, and I will talk to my team and try to figure something out around that. But with that, you will have to actually open and create an account on coffeelabsroasters.com. With that, you'll get your monthly drops, and you'll get merch, and you'll get fun stuff. You'll get limited release coffees, so on and so forth. So expect that. Enjoy it. When we do onboard you, I'm going to ask you whether you want your coffee ground or you want your coffee whole bean. Normal basic questions that you would normally fill out when doing a coffee subscription. And from that point, it's pretty much hands off, like I said, until you need it paused. I will stress this, though. Please understand, the coffee cup is a non-transferable rarity trade. You can transfer it and sell that golden coffee cup, but once you sell it, no one will receive that benefit. So that is part of the whole scenario and scheme of the Coffee Labs utility. It's roughly valued at around $800 for an annual subscription, plus the merch and anything else that we get to you. So with that, I can't have someone hold it for 6 months and then sell it to someone else, and then another year subscription starts in process. So please understand that I do run a business. And this was something that was offered to the holders. So I hope you understand that. It is non-transferable. I need to stress that because I don't want people getting upset later when they sell it and the next person expects that. So with that, congrats to everyone who has a golden coffee cup. Thank you for supporting Coffee Labs. We welcome you to the Coffee Labs crew. We welcome you to the Boo crew, and thank you guys very much.
Very nice, and I appreciate you touching on the transferability of that, because that was going to be my next point on it. But yeah, and to clarify, guys, that information not only so we have had that in previous announcements that have talked about that trait specifically, but additionally we will have that reposted as a current announcement, just so everybody has a very clear understanding of it and has it written down. And that will probably come along with the summary that will come after this AMA. So again, if you're not able to attend, it is recorded and there will be the summary made available. That being said, we have had a number of you that have had a good amount of questions and concerns over the last 24 hours, and so we wanted to take a majority of the time to address those and to be speaking with you guys on that. So at this time, I am opening the floor up. If you would like to ask your questions and speak with us verbally, you are more than welcome to request to speak. We would be more than happy to bring you up here on the stage. Or of course, you can always ask your questions in the AMA chat, to which we will read and address that way. So yeah, we'll move on to that portion.
I would like to congrats to Sauce Code on Amethyst. That was one hell of a scoop. Congrats.
Absolutely.
Wait, on which one?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Oh, dude, I know. Well, okay, so you guys really like Amethyst. I'm not gonna lie, Firefly, like that might be one that here soon I try and snipe. Not gonna lie, Firefly, Kintsugi. I kind of have an attachment to Lava Lamp too. I don't know. There's a few of them that I kind of really want. So I'll be looking around.
Yeah, I have some private conversations in the pike with Mudbutt. He's got Kinsui, and I actually want Kinsui pretty bad. So.
Oh, no kidding. Mudbutt got Kintsugi? Oh,
yeah, dude. I'll be all up in the DMs trying to lather him up for that one. I need that bad, dude.
Bro, get out of here. Get out of here. I will remove your founder role if you do that.
That is awesome.
No, okay. No, that's funny. Honestly, I remember when Murdo was first designing that one and he showed it off, I was absolutely ecstatic. That one is super, super cool.
Yep.
So that's a cool one. Same with Plasma. That one came out cool too. But damn, I'm still really attached to Lava Lamp. For those of you who don't know, in the very beginning, before we had minted or there was a reveal or anything, the founders actually had legendaries as their PFPs, and Lava Lamp was mine. And I specifically liked him not just because of his color and everything, but because the lava in him, like, it looks like a lava lamp. It moves and acts like a lava lamp. So, no, that one's just super awesome in my opinion.
So we really haven't had questions in the AMA chat, except for Metal Ants asked, do we know what rarity site we'll be using, Sniper, Sniffer, etc. I did respond by saying we will eventually be using Rarity Sniper, but that will come down the road a bit. For now, we will be uploading the project to LooksRare, including Rarity. So we will soon be able to use both OpenSea and LooksRare.
Yeah, so I'm working on the LooksRare thing today. Like, that's what I've been working on, is getting our collection uploaded on there. So hopefully what we can see is by the end of the week we'll be up on LooksRare. I do know that obviously we're making those adjustments to the art, and then we're also making some adjustments to the metadata itself, like capitalizing letters and just making it look better. Some really minor adjustments that maybe a lot of people wouldn't care about, but when we were kind of reading through it, we noticed it would be nicer if they were capitalized and all that fun stuff. So yeah, there's going to be a couple of adjustments coming through, but I think LooksRare is going to be a super exciting move. And then yeah, like you said, down the line, so once we have the main collection up and everything like that, we're going to be doing Rarity Sniper for both, though both will be on LooksRare for the time being. And then obviously once we launch our NFT dashboard, we will be heavily active on our dashboard and have our own sets of rewards for holders and everything over there. But yeah. To address real quick Humanity, I know this wasn't a question, but yes, every single legendary, I'm fairly certain every single legendary has an emoji. So everybody who got a legendary, you should be able to go ahead and use your own specific emoji. It's super exciting. No questions for now, just admiring the work that is being done. Hopefully the others will start to appreciate it. I could not agree more. Definitely understand people's concerns and questions, though, and always happy to address those. But thank you, El Reiki. I appreciate that. Humanity, honestly, I think I have no concerns at this point. I think you guys have done a banger job so far. Is there any news on the creative token that you can share? I love this. You guys, you are so funny. We dropped the reroll, and then you guys are like, okay, where's the token? It's awesome.
Yeah.
So what I can say, just to reillustrate the point that I gave in last week's AMA, is that the token, the Minecraft server, in the dashboard, we are working to have those all drop at the same time, simply because they all interact with each other. You know, you claim the token on the dashboard. The dashboard is just an extension of the website, basically. Best way to say it, we'll call it the interactive dashboard, because that's where you're going to go to interact with the project and the different utilities we have, right? So, yeah, so we're working on having those all ready. I know that the Minecraft server itself is about a week out from completion, maybe a little bit longer, so don't hold us to that timeline, but we are working off that timeline of having it ready in a week. The token, there are a couple more I's to dot, T's to cross, and so that one should be ready. Essentially, everything should be ready about the same time. I don't have an exact timeline on it, though, but it is going to be rather soon. Currently, we are solely focused on getting these last-minute adjustments made, making sure everybody ends up with their pacifiers and their potions and stuff like that. As soon as that is sorted here, hopefully in the next couple of days, which shouldn't be a problem whatsoever, we will be getting back on track with everything else. But so it'll be soon. That's what I can say without giving a bunch of information, but enough. If I had a camera before and I now no longer have it, did the reroll remove items? Yeah, so let me address this. I think there's a lot of confusion surrounding exactly what the reroll of the metadata did. This is why we had announcements about it. This is why we had, 4 AMAs about it. So to be completely clear, to state the point here and now, and again, this will be in an AMA summary as well later on and available on YouTube for re-listening. The reroll, the only things that were staying were the legendaries, the coffee cups, the potions, and the pacifiers. Other than those things specifically, nothing else was staying. Everything was getting re-rolled. That means backgrounds, glasses, skins, other held items, shirts, hats, all that stuff. Everything else was re-rolled. So yes, if you had a camera before but you no longer do, that is an effect of the re-roll. And I do share empathy with those of you who got really attached to those traits. Believe me, I completely understand. And I hope you can all come to understand that this was just a necessary step to make sure we had true rarity. If we went through and we allowed, everybody to keep Xbox controllers and cameras and everything like that, then the re-roll wouldn't have really made sense because we wouldn't have ended up with true rarity. So I can completely understand where you guys are coming from, but unfortunately that had to be made. The camera was a classic. It totally was. It hasn't been removed from the collection, though, so you can definitely go out and find one. Not a problem. How's the timeline for the potion dropping? So potion and reincarnation and like the Peekaboos and everything like that, that stuff is all set to come out after the main mint. So far that timeline is looking fine, but there's no exact date for those yet, and there will not be an exact date for those until we get closer or have done the main collection mint. Those are just things that it works off of that collection as well, so we need to make sure that collection is available before we move forward with it, right? So what about my pacifier boot? Yeah, so like I said earlier, we are working on fixing those. So essentially the issue we ran into, and like I said, I opened up a support ticket with OpenSea because they've been giving us just a number of issues. But essentially what happened is when we went in and we were taking down all the token IDs that had pacifiers or coffee cups or stuff like that, OpenSea would tell us that, okay, there's 93 of this trait. Right? And then we'd be like, okay, there's 93 of them. And then we'd go through the list and it would provide us with like 70 of them. It would only show us 70 of them after telling us there was 93. And so we'd write down those 70 token IDs and then we continued going through the collection. We were able to find a couple more and we added those and we thought we had gotten them all. Essentially, what we have found that happened is not only was the 93 number incorrect, but the number they were showing us was incorrect as well. So what we are now doing to fix that is we are having our developer go through essentially with the code equivalent to a comb. He is going through and scraping the metadata for potions, pacifiers, all that stuff. He's scraping through the previous metadata, finding all the token IDs that definitively had those for sure, and we will be making sure that any of them that did not get them in this, that did not get those again, we'll get them. So that is a process we're working on. I feel like I explained that really confusingly. I apologize. If you had it before and you do not have it now, give us a little bit. We are currently addressing that issue, and you will have it soon. Plain and simple. And I haven't seen any acid skin boos anywhere. I'm assuming you're talking about the trippy boos. They are there. That trait is also exceedingly rare. So that one was also given a 5% chance of the algorithm picking, which means, shoot, if we find one, I guarantee you it's sitting, it can't be above 10% yet. I imagine it's still a relatively low trait, but that was made a rarer trait so it doesn't pop up, every third boo you look at. Sorry, I got to bounce. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you so much for being here, Sauce Code. Appreciate it. Gonna take a drink here real quick.
So are you waiting on me?
What? That was weird. Same, but I love them all the same. Haha, was worth the reroll. Yeah, in the long run, so I think right now everybody's just kind of stinging because, we lost some traits that we really loved. I lost some really cool looking boos, honestly. I'll be totally forthcoming with that. But for true rarity and to actually have that value behind yours, and I understand that value is really in the eye of the beholder, and that's where it truly comes from. There was a slew of other concerns from people that were talking about, other people wanting to come into the collection and purchase the art and everything. A lot of those people coming in might want to, be sniping rarer boos, and that just was not possible with what we had before. So to ensure longevity of the project, to ensure that, we had a comparable collection to compete with the rest of the space, this was just the step that had to be made. So, and I think in the long term, I think everybody is going to come to terms with that a little bit better, especially once we start seeing some trades pop off, once we, start to see some more exchanges go down and people find in the ones that they really, really like. I think it'll get a bit easier, but I can completely or I can at least empathize with the situation as it stands. I was collecting mass boos by accident. I'm happy that's no longer the case. That's pretty funny. We did adjust the mask. I do know there were a number of people that didn't necessarily like them because they fit kind of funny on the face, but we adjusted the shape of them. We adjusted the shape and style of other traits as well, specifically the ski goggles, so that they weren't overlapping or having as many conflicting issues with them. And personally, I think they look a lot better now. So I encourage you to take a look at that. How do you plan to get the pacifier back? Hold on. How do you plan to get...
I was going to address.
Yeah, I'm getting to that right now. How do you plan to get the pacifier back to me? Are we talking another reroll, or will the boo be dropped? I feel that having to go further out of my way to buy back what I previously owned shouldn't be the case. No. That's what I was saying earlier. No, if you had a boo pacifier before, you will have a pacifier again. It's not a reroll. Simply what's going to happen... Well... that one specific number, so I think you said you had 973 or 974, you just weren't sure which one the pacifier was specifically. So what's going to happen is, like I said, we're combing through the metadata with a fine-tooth comb. If in the previous metadata it says that it had a pacifier, and in the current metadata it doesn't, we will be adding the pacifier to that boo, and you'll just have to refresh your metadata again, and it will be there. That's what's happening. It's not going to be airdropped. You don't have to buy it back. You don't have to trade it or anything like that. We are just going to fix the metadata and it will be back. Yeah, no, I know you have both of them. I just remember you saying that you weren't sure which one the pacifier was on. I do know you hold both of them though. No worries. So whatever number had the pacifier before will be the one you have again. Gotcha. Okay, awesome. Participation on Twitter of members, owners is super low, including myself, to be honest. I like to retweet, but don't comment with pictures, etc. Yeah, so we're trying a number of different methods to this. You guys actually had a bit of an introduction to her today. She hopped in chat and was talking around, but we have brought on board a new marketer who is working a lot closer with the team than any of our marketing personnel have before. and she's actually interacting with the community and stuff. We are trying a number of different approaches with her. You've seen over the last week or so the different tactics she has worked on deploying, as well as the graphics that she's putting together with us. And we are hoping with these new adjustments and approaches, we can see some more activity. But I would like to point out, you yourself even said it there, that you can say personally you're not as active over on Twitter. It's really, in order to bring that engagement back up, in order to make that look attractive for new people that might be coming to check us out, we really all do have to do our part to go over there and say what we want to say, or retweet every now and then, or maybe every once in a while post a picture and kind of follow along. It's these small things, this show of engagement, that's going to help other people want or encourage other people to get on board with the project. So even though it's not something you normally do, I encourage you to try it a couple more times, because if we all do our part, no matter how small it is, we can all hope to see a difference down the road. Definitely better being active. That's working indeed. Before other approaches, I didn't even notice the differences. Yeah, no, I know. We fell through a number of different things, and we actually took a lot of suggestions from the community as well. We were taking a lot of approaches. We did just the organic marketing in the very beginning, which actually worked really well for us. But after the mint and everything and the issues that came out of that, the organic marketing approach stopped working. So obviously we paid some people to do some marketing. And essentially what happened is those guys just stole $10,000 from us and dipped out off the face of the earth, which obviously didn't help us any. And then after that, we actually went the route of paying for retweets and being pinned to the top of whale accounts and stuff like that. The normal stuff that most projects do. And the only thing that really brought us was a slew of bots flooding into the project and everything. So it has not been great. But I can personally say, from what I have seen, from the very first message Chrissy posted to now, we have seen an increase in numbers actually reacting and engaging with the posts, some both with hashtags and some without. So I genuinely think that what she is doing is working. I think we're just kind of on a slow build with it, and as we again all continue to play a small part in it, I think we can start to see, the massive change that we're all working towards. Yeah, Void, I know you've been here for a while. I remember when the crypto bats came on and you came in with them, So I definitely appreciate you sticking it out here with us. That's how I found you guys. I think I saw it on a whale account on or near mint day. That's funny. Right on. Glad you found us that way. I'm honestly, you're part of the 1% of people that we actually got from that weren't bots. So super glad you found your way in here. I feel only Mudbutt and like a few others, less than 10 people, are here to add constructive criticism. Others are at least holding. Yeah, so that's a conversion I would really like to see. I enjoy that we have so many strong holders and not as many listings. Like, this has been the case since the mint day. Yeah, we've had a low floor, but if you guys have actually been paying attention to it, our floor has remained thin as hell. I don't know that we've ever had I don't think we've had near or over 100 boos listed at any point in time. It's always been well below that. For a majority of the time, it was actually only 20 to 30. I think now, or at least before reroll, we had made it up to the 60 range, but out of a 15-piece collection, we have way less than 1% listed. I think that's the right number. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's less than 1%. That actually bodes really well. So I do know we have a lot of really strong holders, which is always great. But if I'm being completely honest, I would much rather prefer, well, I'm not going to say I'd prefer to have paper hands, but the real thing I would love to see is more people hopping in here and providing their feedback and their criticisms, because that's the only way we're going to grow. I was saying it earlier in chat, if we're not communicating, if we're not having a good time, spreading the love, but also, talking about the downfalls and ways we think we can get around that, then we're not going to progress or go anywhere. I know I've said it a couple of times on AMAs, but my two most favorite lines as of recently is Rome wasn't built in a day and it takes a village. Basically saying that yes, things take time and it oftentimes takes a lot of people. I personally cannot make this project succeed, but with my team members, with you community members, we will get this project to succeed. There is no question about that whatsoever. It just takes a little small effort from each individual that is literally just retweeting or commenting and showing that boost of engagement to get us there. I know one thing we can be doing in the Discord to help with that is running games more regularly, and giving you guys more things to participate in over here so that we have that engagement in the chat channels for our newcomers that pop in. Unfortunately, that is an issue we've been seeing lately is new people will hop into the chat, but nobody's talking in the chat, and so those people then fall silent. So we are working on a couple of things to kind of boost that. We found a few new games we can play, and so moving forward, we should have some more exciting stuff happening. Dude, it was super rare. I minted the Panthers project and had an overload of MetaMask. Fuck it, let's find something else fun to mint. What the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, super rare. Okay, got it. I think we barely have anything listed, correct? Honestly, the utility is one of the best out there, along with it being one of the best pieces of art being 3D. Had some truly great pieces I was adamant on holding. Nice. And I love you saying that, and thank you very much for it. I do know that, again, a lot of you are upset about your art switching around, but I guarantee you, the one that you were meant to have, the one that you really love is still out there, and it is yet to be found. And it's going to be a little bit of a process. I expect to see some competitions and everything, or some competitiveness at least for people to be trading or trying to buy the ones they really want. And I'm really excited to see that part of the project come to light. But yeah, it's all worth it in the end. The utility we have coming, and the fact again that the project now has its true rarity. These are only good things for the future of the project and for the future of us as a community. It's really only up from here.
Okay.
Just so you know, I just did a calculation. We have less than 5% 5% listed on OpenSea.
Less than 5%. Thank you very much.
4,
Can you tell me what that's?
4.4.
Can you tell me?
4.4%. 66,
Awesome.
66 listings.
66 listings, 1,500 piece collection, 66 listings. And again, I don't know that we've ever gotten to 70 or 80. So again, our floor has always been crazy thin.
I would just like to say anyone that is participating in that Twitter giveaway for the Peekaboo, I just ran the Twitter picker, and I really want to give this thing away, and so does Mudbutt, but unfortunately, people don't follow directions. So we're going to post that back up and ask people to follow directions for another 24 hours. If not, it's coming off the table.
That's how it goes. People are really, really on top of retweeting things, but sometimes they forget to read it all the way through. Remember, guys, it is important. A lot of our giveaways will have more than one instruction. It always has. They always will. And that's just to ensure that we're getting the engagement out of people that, we need to see to keep the project in healthy standing. But I appreciate everybody who's participating so far. El Reiki, I think you're absolutely right. The creative token will do wonders to the floor. And, we've already brought it up a bit. Obviously, some paper hands have already put it back down a little bit lower. But when the reroll first happened, we saw it jump up to, I want to say 0.03, which is really great. And we can only hope to climb from there. I think you're absolutely right, though. That token is going to do wonders once it releases, as well as the Minecraft server and everything like that. Once the tokens are there and attached to the NFT, it's going to become a lot harder to let that NFT go. So I think you're absolutely right in saying that.
I would like to just kind of back up and just explain and trying to go over with everyone like that's in here with us right now. There was a bunch of traits that I really, really felt close to before the reroll, and I had some crowns, I had some stuff that I was really fond of, but in the same, I understand as an investor first in the project before I was ever invited to the actual founders team. I was an investor, no different and just the same as everyone in this community. And with that said, I was upset, but in the same, I know that certain things change. And when companies refocus and make a move to make things right after we were aware of what was wrong, I think this was the best move for the project and our investors. I hope that you would feel the same, but I think we have much better art. There's certain things now that within this collection that I'm personally now going to be loading up the weapons and going out and sniping. So I think this really gives us that. No one was going to buy a project that had no rarity, no traits, and was just there. So now we actually have something massive to build on with everything else that we're working on behind the scenes that we're bringing to you over the next few weeks. I'd love to give you an exact timeline, but unfortunately, that's just something I cannot do. But it is working, and will be dropping soon. But I'm starting to go back through, and I'm really looking at my booze, and I don't know, I'm pretty friggin' stoked, man,
No,
on
see,
everything I got.
yeah, and that's absolutely what I love. 100% is because now. So before, yes, it was great. Everybody ended up with something that they really appreciated, and that they really loved. And trust me, I get how that is. That is amazing. I've bought NFTs before too. I've minted ones that I didn't necessarily like, and I've had to go out and seek the ones I really want. So I understand like how great it is to just mint one and have the one you want. I totally get that. However, having that encouragement in there, having that drive for competition and everything for people to get the ones they want or going out and seeking ones to snipe, that's literally only that's good that's good FOMO right there. That promotes that engagement, that promotes the good activity that that we've been lacking in this community. So I think it really is a benefit. El Reiki, I just want to touch on one more thing real quick with him, and then I'll get to everybody that's messaged since then. El Reiki, you said, hey, if someone has a golden coffee, or if one of the golden coffee owners don't care, I'll take it. Just to reiterate, the golden coffee cup is a non-transferable utility. You can sell the NFT, but as soon as that NFT leaves your wallet and goes to someone else, the utility is canceled and it cannot be renewed or given to anyone else. It plain and simple. If you activate that, like as soon as you are the holder of the golden coffee cup, as soon as it switches hands, and we do watch those, we are monitoring them. As soon as it switches hands, it no longer has the golden coffee cup utility. So let's just make that super, super clear. No, not as long as it's not registered. It's in general. The golden coffee cup holders are the golden coffee cup holders. If anybody, if it sells from here on out, it's voided 100%. So let's see. I concur. Are we listed or in the process of being listed on a rarity site? If I forget if we are or aren't. Detalkus, if you just hopped in here, just to reiterate, we are not currently on a rarity site. We are going to be getting on Rarity Sniper towards the main collection time. However, for right now, what we're actually going to be doing is opening up the collection on Looks Rare, and you guys will be able to view your rarity there and also interact with the collection in a new and different way. Void, you said, yeah, I don't buy much. I don't buy much though. I get about 2 NFTs for every project I'm in. I don't have much cash, so I'm just really hoping the trade is possible. I totally get that. I typically don't buy big either. I am not a whale in any sense of the word, so I can 100% understand that. Trading is something that I 100% encourage, and it's something that we are actually building our NFT platform to do inherently. So getting the community in the habit of doing that is going to be pretty awesome. And if we can provide a service to help with that in any sort of way, we would absolutely love to. Gonna Whoop said, this was absolutely the right move. I'm bummed I lost some traits, but I'm completely okay with my new booze. I'm more upset I didn't land a legendary. I can understand that as well, my friend. I didn't get a legendary either, as much as I would have liked to. But also I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I think a lot of community members would have been upset if I had landed a legendary. So not a problem, but I'm happy you can see the future and are happy to move forward with that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I owned a lot of Peekaboos, and I did not get a legendary either. So
yeah, you held 17. I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't land one. That's
no,
impressive.
actually, I owned 18 by the time the reroll happened.
Wow, really? Oh, that's right. That's right, you did, because you won that. You won that giveaway in the AMA.
No, not that. I sniped one. I haven't gotten that one. I haven't gotten the one I won.
I haven't dropped you that yet? Wow.
Nope.
Now I feel really bad. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do that today. Yeah, so also, guys, just so you know, we always retweet when we're doing a space over in Twitter. We do giveaways on those spaces we attend. So if you guys do want an opportunity to win some more NFTs, just come and hop in one of the spaces we're doing. We always do giveaways in those. D-Talkus, same. I wish I had a legendary. I was really hoping, but I'm not upset about my other ones. 100%. Hey, there are tons of legendaries. I'm sure at some point somebody's going to list one. So when Spooky Lands mint? When's Spooky Lands, man? I don't know what Spooky Lands is.
Spooky Lands is, I guess, our version of the other side.
Oh, nice. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. Maybe sometime down the line, but we're working on some bigger shit right now. So maybe we'll get to that eventually. But I think we're gonna stick it out with Network.
What I will say is, right now, if you take a look at CoinMarketCap, or you go into the market, I think we're looking at about 2265 last time I peeped. So I know the artist is actually up for sale within the collection for 1 ETH. So right now, that's a steal.
Damn, got a legendary up for 1 ETH. The artist too. That's an interesting one. Humanity said so. Oh, okay, hold on. Makes sense for a project to bring life back through. I get it. I get that. Thank you, Void. I appreciate you understanding. Humanity says, so if I buy a golden coffee now, can I benefit from it? No, you cannot. Is there a golden coffee cup listed right now? CD, can you look? And let's go ahead. Yeah, we need to get that summary out there quick. I thought people remembered this, but I guess not. That is a non-transferable trait. It cannot be purchased. I meant the benefit of the NFT in kind of a joking way. Got it. That makes sense.
I was about to say, if that is... hold on, really? Please tell me there's not a golden cup for sale, because if there is, I'm going to personally just take that back because it represents my corporation.
I could totally understand.
And at that
come
point,
on, Viking, give the man some love. That's funny.
No, I don't see any on the
yeah, no, there's none on for sale.
Hey, Void, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. I notice I'm getting to this 2 minutes late, so if you are hearing this, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Spooky Lands sounds dope for the booze land. I haven't checked Viking. I was just curious. Okay, no worries. Spooky Lands does sound dope. Maybe that'll be what we name our network land. But yeah, as of right now, we are not planning on developing a metaverse space. However, it is something that was put in our initial roadmap. Since then, the roadmap has been updated and such, and that's no longer a main focus. But I'm definitely not... Like, Beta Creative could very much so do that. We are creating an NFT marketplace, and that'll be the primary focus for a while, for the next little while, to make sure that's perfected and comes out swinging. That's where the focus is going to be. So, but I will not say that it's not possible that we do a Metaverse land sometime in the future. I mean, come on, it took Yuga Labs a year, but they got around to it. So who knows? We definitely could.
Well, you say you're not doing a metaverse land, but we've already got land on network. Excuse me.
To be clear, we will not be creating a metaverse. However, we will have metaverse land and like an HQ where people can participate and have fun. And we could totally name it Spooky Land. I actually really like that. That sounds great. But yes, we do have land over in Network. We will be buying more land in Network. I was just simply speaking to, we are not creating a metaverse.
Yeah, yet. I figured there could be some confusion over what you said, so I just wanted to clarify.
No, thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. I guess a bunch of people will get excited for that, maybe to fund the tokenomics. For the land? Fund the tokenomic? I'm so confused. As part of the mint price, isn't 4 ETH and gas. Wait, as long as the mint... Oh, that's funny. I mean, come on. It's like, if we do it, it would definitely be a year or more away, right? Because, you know, we got to perfect this marketplace. We got to make sure we're bringing true value through the token and all of the other avenues that we are working on to bring value back to you guys. But if we did, and with the project that this, or with the hype that this project stands to receive, I cannot promise that the gas wouldn't be 4 ETH. And honestly, you say that, and trust me, I can agree, but I would hope for that, actually. Because that means that your token has value. We would probably go about it the same way. I know we're talking hypotheticals right now, but just to indulge on it a little bit, if we were to do it, we would probably do it the same way and allow you to mint it with your creative token. So at which point that creative token would be valued rather high, and you would have just been earning it this whole time anyway. So it's no skin off your back other than that investment. However, because you've been making money off the token all this time, you would in theory have the gas to pay that. So maybe that is something to hope for. Granted, it would be a pain in the ass. I 100% agree. I would not want to spend thousands of dollars just to mint something, but you know, it might be a fun goal to achieve. Dude, they fucked up so much with that. It was hilarious to watch. 100% they created a problem to hype that ape chain thing. I'm not going to lie to you. They definitely did. I mean, I bought ApeCoin. Let's be real. I definitely bought ApeCoin, and I'm sure many other people in this project did too. You know, just because we all thought it was going to skyrocket when that happened, which it did temporarily. And now I think it's falling back down, but that's okay. It's Yuga Labs. You know, that token's going to go somewhere at some point. Again, not financial advice, though.
I just think if people stick around, you know, and we got dedicated community members, you know, you might see a giveaway one day, man. I might give up one of the plots that I have on the other side.
What?
No, I'm only joking, dude. Please,
okay.
Nobody
I was like, what are you talking about? There's no way you got other side.
Dude, first of all, my wife yelled at me from the other side of the house. She's like, what do you mean you have other side?
Oh, dude, you were about to get slapped. Your wife is checking the bank account now. And she's like, this guy better be joking. Ooh, Z might be sleeping on the curb tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That was funny. But yeah, honestly, guys, we have his wife. Give me your wallet, sir. That's funny. But honestly, guys, we've got a lot of big stuff coming up. As always, I know it hasn't always been clear, but from day one, we've stated what we're in this space to do. We are going to continue pushing that dream, pushing that image, because there's absolutely no reason we can't attain it. And I am a very, very firm believer and advocate in that sole fact alone. So keep your heads up, guys. Again, if we all do, that's a funny gift. Thank you for that, Gonna Whoop. But if we all do our small part to add to the value of the project, to add back to that engagement and start giving back to each other, then here in, you know, a month's time, in 3 weeks' time, we're going to see a whole new project. It'll be completely unrecognizable. So I just encourage everybody, continue to share your feedback, your thoughts and opinions. Continue to participate and engage. Continue to share your ideas. If you think we should be doing games on a certain day at a certain time, let us know. If you think, I can't say there will be any giveaways coming up here anytime soon other than like NFT giveaways on spaces and stuff. But you know, we are always open to ideas. We want to hear what you guys think and what you have to say. So please feel free to share them. With that communication there, we have something to build on. We have a direction to grow in, but we can only do that together. So let's all literally just pitch in what we can to make this project what we want it to be. I think that's, yeah.
Sounds good.
Else? Yeah, does anybody else have something they would like to comment or would like to discuss? Anybody from the team either, that's cool too. Think I'm good. Humanity. You're awesome. I love you, dude. I swear to God, you're in as many of our AMAs as you can be, and you're always super supportive. I really appreciate it. I do my best. Yeah, you do. You do a good job. It is always appreciated, my friend. I will say this, if any of you know Psycho Kitty, would you please reach out to them and encourage them to reach out to me? I hate to see people turn away from the project because they get upset. I understand, or I can at least empathize with these situations. So again, just please, if anybody knows them personally or is at least on a messaging basis with them, please reach out to them and let them know to reach out to us. I would be more than happy to continue a conversation with them and help get to the bottom of these issues 100%.
We got Mudbutt just asked in the chat if we're still up. I told him yeah, so
yeah, we're still going. We're just hanging out, honestly. I don't have to close out right now. I'm just always waiting for questions or anything like that. William says, I think I'm happy with how the project is going and I can't wait for what's coming in the future. Thank you, William. I really appreciate that. Are you a holder, William? I believe you are, but your name isn't purple. Yeah, okay. So I believe the verify ownership bot might be broken right now. I think we're working on fixing that, but I do recommend, if you can, hop over there and try and verify ownership so you can get that purple name and get access to the holder channels. I couldn't get the ownership to work. Okay, so I have already told our Discord developer that there was an issue with that, and it should be fixed by tonight. Tonight in the United States. So hopefully by tomorrow you can verify your ownership. I apologize for that though. Sorry. Views on timing of 6,666 mint in light of crypto. Somebody read that word for me because I'm going to mispronounce it.
Capitulation. Capitulation.
Okay, what does that mean? I've never seen that word before.
All right, so capitulation just means that the market is dropping. It's been very volatile and on the downside.
Oh, yeah, so let me address that. So actually, if you guys remember, we actually launched the initial mint when the project was having issues and in a bit of a downwards not spiral, that's probably the wrong word to use, but essentially we launched when everything was low, and then throughout these last couple months, obviously the market raised a little bit, and so things became a bit more valuable and everything. I can't see a problem. Oh man, that is a tricky question, because yes, I would like to do the main collection here towards the end of the month, beginning of the next month, and that is what I would like to steer marketing towards and put a really aggressive push on it, and start talking about that in our spaces and everything, because we're trying to schedule those a couple times a week. But I think, let's see. Indeed, I think the timing of launch is critical. Please try not to launch this 6,666 in the middle of a crypto crap storm. So unfortunately, I think we've been in the middle of a crypto crap storm since last November. And there's really no predicting when we're going to come out of it or not. So it really comes down to, we have things we're working on and that we're working to complete. I don't know. It falls down on the timeline, I guess. I cannot give an exact timeline for it right now. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't have a good answer for that right now. I can't tell you if it's going to be far off in the future. I can't tell you if it's going to be sooner rather than later, simply because, yeah, you're absolutely right. The space is super, super volatile right now. But at the same time, like, what's going to be the good opportunity for people to get in while it's low, and then benefit with it while it rises back up? Because I think that would be a good strategy to kind of put in place there. Delay mint until after tokens game stuff is out, build a gen value. Yeah, so that's the thing. So that was already the plan 100%. We were not going to do the main mint before the token, the dashboard, or the Minecraft server. That was all going to be available weeks before the mint happened. So no need to worry about that. That is already the plan.
Yeah, and I would, if you don't mind me jumping in here and just saying that, the team will definitely take that into under advisement in terms of looking at what the crypto market is doing, and the NFT market in particular, because the NFT market has been just crazy bad recently, and we will not make a rush decision. Is that okay to say?
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. One note I would actually like to put in there too. I have not yet updated this in the roadmap information, but we are going to be lowering the base price for mint, because there was a number of people that spoke up and said they felt 0.8 was a little bit high, and also because of the volatility of the market over. That was probably the wrong word. I don't know if that's a real word actually. Validity? No, that's not right. Anyway.
Yes.
Because of how the market has been over the last year and everything like that, I am going to be lowering the initial mint price of things. I've been thinking about going around 0.6. That is not set in stone yet, but it will be lower than 0.08. Sorry, I said 0.6. I meant 0.06. We will be going lower than 0.08 though, as I think that is fair to you guys, and I know you guys have expressed that on a number of occasions as well. So keep that in mind with all of this. Gen's floor 0.008 more utility. Why would people mint new collection? So again, we don't control the floor price. The community controls the floor price. We're sitting here working on what we can on our end with the utility. Again, the token, the dashboard, the Minecraft server, that will all be launched before we even release a specific date for the main mint. And have time to build on that and have time to market for that specifically and everything. So we would hope to see a rise in that. However, I don't feel like, though new investors would look at that as well, I don't feel like we can solely base the decision to do a new mint off of what the current floor looks like, personally. And that is simply because, I mean, we've had people that have been inactive in here for a long time. There's a high probability that someone has gone in there, created a listing for a month or so, and then they've completely turned it off and they're not even watching. I mean, that's already apparent to us as it is, judging by with this reroll, we had a bunch of people come out of the woodwork that haven't been heard from in 2 months. So we are going to be working on engaging more people and getting the community in the Discord back to being active before we even do this mint. And with doing that, the hope is that the floor would rise with it, because I honestly feel like a large amount of the issue with the floor price right now is that everybody that's listing is just going through their wallets when they've minted something new, and they're like, oh my god, I totally forgot these were here, and they're going and listing them to get rid of them instead of coming in here, checking in to see what's going on. There are a number of people that have missed AMAs and recent announcement and that are just completely unaware of the direction this project is heading now. So this comes back into what I was saying earlier, is if we can all play a small part in getting that engagement back up and sharing the project and getting more eyes on it, if we all can participate in that small way, I think we can turn that aspect around and we can start to see a better floor here soon.
I would like to just interject on that one about the floor. So floor prices, it's just reflecting the lowest for sale item within the project. When I'm personally looking at projects, and I'm invested in a few, some of them are collecting blockchain dust. Some of them are just kind of stagnant and slowly creeping along. Some are doing much better than others. But I'm going in, I'm looking at activity. That's really what I'm focused on. What have the sales been? Have there been sales? So that's my main focus as an investor. Then I'm looking at a Discord. Then I'm looking at the roadmaps. But I think that's really a key. And if you look at activity, over the last week, I don't know, there's been around, I could be wrong, but I believe around 15 or 16 sales. Now, if you look at the overall over the last couple months, there has really been no activity. It just really hasn't happened. So I think new eyes are looking at the project. New eyes have heard about the project and coming in and looking at the activity and seeing what's available within our roadmap, and that we're doing everything humanly possible as founders to bring you everything that we say that we're going to bring you. So the reroll, yes, there were some glitches. Computers, they're not perfect. People aren't perfect, but we acknowledge, we empathize with everyone, and those couple little mistakes will be made right by everyone. And as we move forward, we're looking at the overall roadmap. So if some people are selling, hey, some people's exit is another person's entry into the project. And those people that we've now onboarded, I know a couple from just knowing the wallets and seeing them, that they're got a couple heavy hitters that have joined the project. I think that with the main collection, I think somewhere around 0.06 will be a perfect entry point. If there are people who are on the floor, those are perfect opportunities and exit points for people, which are going to be great, amazing entry points. And instead of just kind of not having any activity within the project, when people look at it, and that's what they're looking at, and they're looking at trait values, and then they look at what's actually available on the floor. So then we go back to that word, the floor. And if you look at it, it's super thin. There's only 60 pieces out of 1,500 or so that are actually for sale. That's that really says something about who's holding within the project. I mean, we got some real diamond hands that believe in the project. So we're always trying to extend that table, bring new people in, and let them experience. If people feel they need to leave, then that's so be it. You know, the term paper hands is just a term. It's not a derogatory thing. I look at it as people have life that they need to attend to, you know, so some people may need to get out. And like I said, that's a great entry point for new people or existing holders to just stack their bags because those tokens are coming. So when tokens when we drop them, but they are in the works. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully you guys get out there, grab some of those floor. The coffee cups are still out there for a free coffee care package. So that bounty is still out there on those. That's on my Twitter page. Get out there and post up those new re-rolls. I mean, get some excitement about it. Everyone was super pumped when they first had them. Well, now you have new stuff. And granted, it's not what you had before that you kind of grown attached to, but my new boos are growing on me. I'm really digging them. So maybe you guys get out there, bring some new eyes to the project, get it hype. We've all been here for this long, not going anywhere, so might as well start pumping it.
Facts. Thank you for that, Z. Appreciate it. Dtalkus, you said, do we as holders get a free mint for main mint? I feel as people come in and sweep the floor, if current holders get a free mint or a discounted mint such as 0.04, if it's at 0.06 for the rest of the holders, maybe just a thought if we head in that direction. Yeah, so that has also been a thought, and a majority of you that are holders have already been awarded Boo List for the next mint. But yes, you do get a discounted mint. It is not a free mint. I apologize if anybody has issues with that, but it is a highly discounted mint. So yes, there is that to look forward to. For getting the message out, what would you say are perhaps 3 main talking points? I actually read through this earlier while Z was talking. 3 main talking points. I would personally say that one of the talking points is actually everything we've struggled with. I think the fact that we came in and we had all the issues we had with the main mint or with the Genesis mint, and we're still here, we're still trying, and we're still developing and working on things, I think that is something to attest to. And that is something that me and Z have actually talked about on a number of spaces that has had rather good feedback from it. So I definitely think talking about our weaknesses or where we faulted can be a strong talking point for the project depending on how it's approached. Additionally, I think the NFT marketplace that we are currently building, which we will, have more pictures and everything available for as it, progresses. I think that is a really good talking point to touch on as well, because all that's going to do is bring more value to the token. That's going to bring more value to the holders, like the passive earning and everything that's capable with the token, and then you add on to that it can be utilized on that dashboard for trading, for purchasing, for selling, for upgrades, all that stuff. Like the NFT marketplace is going to be a really strong talking point. And then from there, you can kind of pick what you would like to pick. I mean, we have an in real life utility with Coffee Labs. The token kind of fits hand in hand with the NFT marketplace. If you wanted to separate them, you could talk about them individually. The token's benefits fit into a number of different categories, and it is specifically built to be kind of non-proprietary. It's built so that we can continue adding new capabilities to it. So, in the future, if like Happy Boys Arcade, right? We're planning on getting our own version of their Battle Royale game reskinned specifically for the Peekaboos. And in that version of the game, instead of having it only where you can bet NFTs, NFTs or ETH, we're also going to make it so that you can bet creative token and stuff like that. So there will be another way to kind of play and earn with it and have a couple of other little fun activities there. So there's a number of different good talking points. It really comes down to, at the end of the day, it comes down to what you're passionate about in the project. But I always recommend to everybody is, if you have been here through everything we've gone through, probably want to speak on that. It sounds really weird, but oftentimes in situations like these, our weaknesses can become our biggest strengths because they were previous weaknesses. But it shows where we have come from, what we have overcome, and what we are moving forward to do. So that would be my note for that. But I appreciate you inquiring. I think that's a good question to ask. New people will get the creative incentive once it's released. Yeah, so that's the other nice thing too, is that, earning the creative token isn't specific to a wallet. It isn't specific to a person. The creative token is directly tied to the NFT. That is why you will have to use the dashboard to claim it, because it is attached to the NFT itself. That means that if you have 1,000 creative tokens sitting on your NFT and you list it up for sale, somebody can buy that NFT and then go claim those 1,000 tokens. So just keep that in mind. It'll add a whole other ball game to buying and selling, because now you also get to take the creative count into consideration. And members will be able to look at and view the different amounts of creative held in different tokens. In different NFTs. Our dashboard will be capable of doing that. All you have to do is hop in there. You can copy and paste the token ID, and it will tell you exactly how much creative that token or that NFT is holding. So there's a lot of stuff there. There's 30 boos in total, 30 total boos to mint price, just FYI. Awesome. That's great to hear, for sure. Correct, but volume is what you need to look at. More volume equals more listings come out.
Always, and that's healthy.
Did you catch Chief Noodle, the comment before there's 30 total boos?
Chief Noodle, I'd also just comment that part of the reason that boos are not listed is that, so literally yesterday it was at 0.03, and then immediately Paper Hands came in and put it back down to 0.008. It's gonna happen. We've been fluctuating all over the place. Before the reroll, we were at 0.009. Like, it's going to jump all over the place right now. Currently, there are a bunch of people who haven't been active, who haven't been doing what you guys are doing, asking these questions and staying up to date with stuff. And those people are just trying to get out of the project right now. It's what Z was saying earlier. That just creates an opportunity for people to either, fill their bags up with more creative token, or it allows the opportunity for new people to hop on board at a good price. So yeah, it's not super great right now. I'm not saying that that's the most amazing floor price in the world whatsoever. It is something that needs to be improved, and it is something that will improve. But again, it comes down to what me and Z and the rest of the team are doing in spaces and doing with our marketing person. And it also comes down to you guys, the community. Like, again, retweeting or interacting with the tweets. And helping with the engagement over there, helping with the engagement over in the Discord, so that newcomers can actually see the activity that's in this community. All these things will help massively. And I personally have gone and told the team that unless we're talking about something that's sensitive that we can't talk about in front of the community, we are all to be communicating in Boo Chat to help with that activity and to be hanging out with you guys more often. This is a conscious effort that we all need to put in if we want to see this growth. At the end of the day, it comes down to a couple of different steps, and that first step is improving our engagement. Once we work on the engagement, we can start tackling other obstacles to just put this project in a better place. But that is currently where we're sitting right now.
Kingsley,
what's up?
We have comment Mudbutt, and
I'm going through it.
Okay, so I think the question is about, will the legendaries receive more creative tokens and increase? Will they have
more tokens than the standard Genesis boos?
Will they generate more?
Yes, this was a question like 2 AMAs ago. I believe it was put into a summary. If it wasn't, yes, I'll clarify it now. They do.
It is. It's written down.
Yeah, it is written down.
I think.
Yep. I threw this question like 24
they get 20
before this one.
They get 20 a day, and the Genesis boos, regular Genesis boos, get 10 a day.
Yep. Legendaries get 20 per day.
I just wanted to comment on the floor price. It is now at 0.01. So somebody must have bought the 0.08.
Yeah, that was. I was actually going to snipe that last night, and Miniman beat me to it. So good luck on him. And I would just like to say, Mudbutt, I know you're in here listening. There you are. I see you. So far, I ran a Twitter picker and we had all the entries, but no one completed all the tasks that were asked within that. So I'm going to pull that down. I'm going to post it again, and we'll try for another 24. If not, then we'll put it to the community and rate it out that way, if that's what you choose.
Dtakis, your comment that you made, you said, "Oh, the marketplace, huh? ... So maybe my mans didn't connect with the fam. Glad to hear that one. Very excited to hear more about that. I have question marks surrounding this comment. We've talked about this in quite a few AMAs, but I'm not sure what you're getting at here. Is that something? Okay, you said you're very excited about it. I don't know. Your comment just seems weird. I'm asking for clarifications to see what your feelings are on that. Mudbutt, floor is meh. If we build volume, creates demand, gets papers out. 100%. Whatever is best, run it to Friday or something. I don't know. Run what to Friday? I'm so lost.
Oh.
That was for Naked. Okay. That
No.
boo on the Twitter giveaway would be good for Psycho Kitty. Nice. I'm following now. Sorry, guys.
So, Mudbutt, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll run that till Friday. I have no problem. I'll just pull it, repost it as a repost and continuation because rules were not followed. And I gotta say, brother, I'm kind of really jelly of your legendary. I mean, like, really, really jelly. So, you and I might need to have a talk down the road at some point. Just saying, I'm gonna pester you about that from time to time.
So El Reiki says, "Oh, but wait, our question is a bit more deep, I believe. Inside Genesis, there's ones that are more rare than others. There's not an behind-the-scenes equation that for fluctuate resources gained for them, not just 10 because they are Genesis basic stuff." Hope you get the question. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so no, there is no fluctuation in earnings for boos that are more rare than other boos. I could see that would be a cool thing to add. However, so with this project, there is a number of things that come up whenever we make a decision on stuff like that. It comes down to I don't even know exactly how to phrase this. We have a very interesting community. There are things that make this community really happy, and there are things that piss this community off very easily. And so we have to kind of find the middle ground, and oftentimes in situations we pick the one that's just straight across the board, that has no real adjustments to it or anything like that whatsoever, simply because it'll just be easier in the long run. So the only fluctuation will be that the legendaries earn 20, every other Genesis will earn 10. That is an easy way to do it that keeps everybody happy, unless you don't hold a legendary, at which point I suppose you could complain. But at that point, that's really just how the project is, and at some point we're not going to be able to please everybody. So that is how that is. Sorry, that sounded a little hostile to phrase it that way, I suppose. I did not mean it that way whatsoever. Just wanted to put it in simplistic terms. Seriously, let's give Psycho Kitty that boo and give a different one away in the Twitter giveaway. Up to you. She needs a girly camera one. Okay, fair enough. I wonder if we have one in our wallet. I don't know what ones we have in our wallet yet. I could definitely check. Thanks for addressing that question. No problem. IDK, if this is answered, so I thought I'll answer it. What? Oh, okay. I'll DM you the new boo. Okay. She has not replied. Okay. So none of those were questions. All right. Anyway, so I definitely think there's going to be... Obviously, there's going to be more questions moving forward. We have a lot of stuff going on. By the way, Mudbutt, I did see your comment earlier saying, why not do a summer mint? Again, I have no specific time for this mint. Sooner rather than later would be better, so that we can hire more developers to work on the marketplace and do stuff like that. But obviously, if the market doesn't support that, then, adjustments will have to be made. We kind of have to play this by ear right now. Currently, as it stands, we have a large amount of money invested in everything that we are developing. And at some point, we will get to the point where, in order to continue that, we will need more money to do it. So it comes down to kind of what that process looks like and what the space looks like at the time that we get to that point, So everything we do is going to be to keep this project going and to keep us full steam ahead with everything. plus two charisma, average on persuasion check. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. You're talking to Sebastian. That makes sense. I was lost. Anyway, so yeah, that's the explanation for that. It could end up in summer. It could, end up mid June. We don't know. It would be nice. It would be nice to be in the process of the mint when we go to NFT NYC. I suppose she's not replied. Okay. It would be nice to be in the process of the mint when we go to NFT NYC, because that's going to be an opportunity that we'll be seizing to do a lot of like in-person marketing with people and shilling of the project. So ideally we could be in the midst of the mint or have started the mint around that time. But again, we'll just see where the market takes us. I genuinely think that we as a project have been through a lot. And we definitely don't want to keep stacking on issues. So we're going to make the decision that best suits everybody that we can, but just keeping in mind that, whatever decision we make, not everybody is going to be happy. At the end of the day, that's the situation we run into time and time again. And so we will do the best we can to combat that. But, we obviously can't I think you guys are getting what I'm saying. I'm losing my words. Sorry. Welcome to NFT life. Facts. It's an awesome space. It really is. There's a lot of fun that can be had here. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to experience. But with great power comes great responsibility. It is one hell of a space. There is no other market like it, honestly. Well, crypto and NFTs. I kind of group those together, but crypto and NFTs is just a whole other animal. I was actually having this conversation earlier. Because people have comments and concerns when it comes to new things we end up doing in the project. And I was having a conversation with someone earlier, and we made the comment of, do you think when Elon Musk releases like an update for Tesla or something like that people don't like, there's no Discord or anything like that where he gets lit on fire for making that decision, right? It just that just is how it is. And if Tesla gets around to fixing it, Tesla gets around to fixing it. But more often than not, in any other market out here, you don't get the same response when people don't like a product. Granted, you will get some negative feedback and everything like that, but not quite to the extent that I think NFT projects get. Because as soon as something is done wrong here or somebody doesn't like something that's done, it's just fire, immediate fire. So I have 100 comments for every decision. I know you do. I love talking to you about stuff, Mudbutt, because you definitely help me see a lot of perspectives that I don't always think about. So I appreciate it. NFT space equals not regular business. Big facts. I think that's what makes it so great too. Like, I think if you can build something in the NFT space, if you can make it here, and there are tons of people younger than I am that are trying to make their imprint on this space. I genuinely think that if you can do something here and if you can attain any level of success from this space, you can basically after that go out and try any other form of business you want, and you will see some sort of success from it. This is a really volatile market. It is a really difficult space to gain success in. So I don't know. It's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. I think with education, there's always a little bit of fun that be had. Maybe many degens in this space you won't find in real life. Also true. I mean, it's just like crypto. It's the Wild West. The wide array of people we meet here. I mean, it's not like you can go to the mall and meet the people you meet in the crypto space. It's just not a thing. This space is crazy on every level. It doesn't matter how you look at it or what direction you look at it from. This space is crazy.
I kind of view the markets as crypto is like the stock market on steroids, and NFTs are actually like crypto on steroids.
That's funny. I could definitely see that. It really is. If you tried to sell a picture of an ugly monkey for $500,000 at a farmer's market, no one's buying it. Big facts. That is. I mean, dude, I see incredible art in coffee shops that's listed for anywhere from 50 to, I don't know. I think the highest one I've seen is like $700, and I've never once seen somebody walk up and buy one of those pictures. I can say I've probably bought a $50 one or two a couple of times, but yeah, This space is so freaking weird. At the end of the day, it's so weird. I don't think there's a single way that you could 100% understand it. It's just, it is what it is. Obvious by the Twitter shock dumping when they announced him as the owner. The Twitter stock dumping. Yeah, so Sebastian, thanks for that comment. I was purely using it as an example, but yes, I understand that businesses get shit on Twitter all the time. I I'm trying to outline that the extent of feedback and access to like the owners that the NFT space has as opposed to other businesses, it just like we're all in kind of a startup phase, right? So it's kind of like having a mom and pop shop bakery, right? So if we owned a mom and pop bakery and you guys were all our customers, which if we had this many customers at a mom and pop bakery, then we're actually doing pretty fucking good. But if you think about it, like if they had a rodent infestation or something like that, it's really difficult to go to the community and apologize for that and say we fix it and everything, and slowly you get those people to come back. But then I don't know, you sell a dozen cupcakes or something that end up being burnt, or they have salt or they're too salty or something. Like it's interesting. Like this space is just interesting. I'm trying to explain it with analogies, and it's just not going to work the way I want it to. But yeah, NFT space equals selling ice in the North Pole. Got to show how your ice is better. Our ice has pretty colors. If the North Pole ice has pretty colors, there's something going on with the pollution up there. That is my answer.
I find NFTs as a safe bet hedge to the crypto market. That's personally I look at it.
They are very much so investments. They could almost be viewed as securities in a sense. Again, not financial advice or anything like that. I'm not saying anything. I'm simply just stating an example, but in a sense, I do almost view them as securities, I guess you could say, or purchasing, or like stock certificates, I guess you could say, because yeah, you buy them, or not stock certificates. What are they called? Savings bonds. You know, you buy them, they can appreciate in value. I guess savings bonds don't necessarily depreciate, but it is quite literally an investment, and it can go any which way. But you know, as long as the project is doing good things, it's just going to appreciate in value. And so yeah, you've invested a good lump sum of money initially, but you yield the potential to cash out highly on the back end. So I don't know. That's just a weird thing about NFTs, man. They can be viewed as investments, they can be viewed as art or collection pieces. Like it's whatever you want it to be. That's what it is.
I'm more putting in the terms of, sure, ETH may go down, but the NFTs themselves will always generally outweigh what Ethereum's doing in the long run. So
That's true. So Mudbutt says,
great place to park your Ethereum.
yeah, Mudbutt says crypto runs NFTs. Crypto dump equals NFT dump. So yes and no. Currently, that might be what the market is reflecting, but again, I encourage people to look back on November. Well, at least this is what I saw from the side of the space I was in at that time. But we had crypto going down massively. Like it was heading towards a scary crash for sure. And we still had projects launching, we still had people minting, like people were spending hundreds of dollars in the NFT space, even though the crypto space was struggling very, very hard. And then again, look over the last 2-3 months now, we've seen the crypto space has actually been in a really bad spot for the last couple of months. Maybe not as bad as it is in this current moment, but it's been in a really bad spot for the last couple of months. And we've still seen projects come out and see huge success. We've still seen, what was it? What was Squiggles? It was what, a $20 million rug? Like, regardless of the crypto space, there is millions of dollars passing around throughout NFTs. So I think they do correlate in a sense, and at the same time, they don't. It really comes down to how people feel, I think. There are always a few outliers. Okay, that's true. Bitcoin is at 30K right now. That's low. We've not seen in a long time. Rough. Apeland Mint burnt like 3 mil ETH. Jesus. Apeland was a shit show across the board. They've definitely had a huge impact. That's for sure. As Yuga Labs typically does.
Yeah, well, they did a lot. I mean, they did a lot for their existing holders. If you were and given those benefits to that Macy ecosystem and that Basie ecosystem, they did an outstanding job. I mean, benefiting those people. But to try to benefit new and onboard, that was a rough go. That was a rough go for a lot of people. And a lot of people, even though they KYC'd, still wasn't able to get. So I don't know. If you were part of the community and part of that ecosystem, I think it was a great bet. If you have the money to go in and purchase other side, I mean, the gas fees ain't bad now, so, and the floor is not that bad, but the higher you get in traits and stuff with those other side deeds and lands, then if you don't, what's the plan for it? Like, what are the quotas going to be used for? What is the plant life? I mean, there's so much unknown. It's great, and they're flipping hard. I mean, doesn't stop the market, but what was listed today for 128 ETH, something like that on Casey, I think sold for 128 ETH today. Well, that was that person's loss, because honestly, if I would have seen a dip, I'm delisting, especially on an investment that size, because that person just slipped, because that 128 ETH is a couple weeks from now going to be a few $1,000s more. So, and the dips don't last long.
Mudbutt says, "Let's do Boo Lands instead of next mint." LOL. Yeah, yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? No, I think we definitely have to continue the route we're going. Yeah, Boo Lands would be great, but again, if we do something like that, it's gonna be a ways out for sure. You know how cool land plots would be here? I honestly think it would. I can honestly start to kind of hey, the name is reserved for you, late Mudbutt. What? I'm confused. Anyway, I honestly think it would be really cool. I can already think of like a couple different design ideas we could do and everything, but it comes down to like developing the metaverse space and everything like that, which we could do, but it comes down to, you know, here in a couple months, we're going to need money to continue developments, like hire more developers and continue more developments on what we're doing now. Like if we were to just add lands to that, like, I don't know, like the project would have to start a GoFundMe.
When land?
Where's your secretary? My secretary is currently moving to Seattle. No, I got what you meant. You said, oh, okay. Sorry. So sometimes I have a hard time reading. Reading. I don't know how to phrase it. So basically, you had two statements in there. I read it as one singular sentence, and it didn't make sense to me. They promised Boo Lands. Get out of here, bro. I did not promise Boo Lands. Mudbutt is trying to hurt me, I swear. I'm not promising Boo Lands. I am saying we are currently working on some really big stuff. I would love to, in the future, I think it would be a great idea to do some... He just said, get out, meaning go advertise. Great. Oh, Mudbutt, I love you, man. But yeah, it would be going on Twitter. I swear to God, you guys, knock it off. I think Boo Lands would be a lot of fun. I think it's something this project will definitely start messing with in the future. Definitely not something to tackle right now. I think this marketplace is going to be pretty big and have a great impact, and I think catering towards that is gonna do us a lot of good and put us in an even better position to do lands in the future. Hashtag Elon look. Oh no. Could you fucking imagine? I mean, in all reality, if that started trending, you bet your ass I would put everything else on pause right now, except for the token, the Minecraft, and the dashboard. I would put everything else on pause right now, and we would start working on lands. If that ended up trending and Elon hopped on that, yeah, I promise you we would be working on it at that point. That is not me saying go do it. Elon hates NFTs, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't understand why. He could control it just as easily as he controls Dogecoin, and that guy seems to love fucking people, so... I don't understand why he's not enjoying it. Sorry, that was an unpopular opinion. I was simply just making a sarcastic remark that did bear a little bit of truth behind it. He's sore that he didn't buy any punks or apes. Oh yeah, facts. Let's be real here. Or he isn't and he genuinely just doesn't give a fuck. But I mean, that guy has been such a big player in the crypto space. Like, he's been such a big player in the crypto space. I actually don't understand why he's not invested in any projects. And silently, I suppose he could be, but yeah. Yeah, he just bought Twitter, LOL. He got so mad that he didn't get it on the NFT on the NFT market that he decided to buy the space where NFTs communicate. You know what's crazy? How much did he pay for Twitter? He paid like 40 million, right?
Doe? Make that a B instead of an M.
Oh, he paid 40 billion. Got it. Because he gets to sell and buy back his shares on Tesla while skipping taxes. Dude has made it. Yeah, he's got it figured out. I feel we can't judge his business picks since he is the richest motherfucker ever. Facts. Dude's like, I'm going to Mars. I genuinely don't give a shit what anybody else says. You know, like Elon has what I like to call fuck you money. That guy can just do whatever he wants forever. Like, there's no touching him. Though I do really like how he interacts with controversial media. Like when those people said that like his net worth could literally solve world hunger, and he literally like commented back and he was like, you show me the breakdown of exactly what amount of money would fix it, and show me the breakdown of how that money would be spent, and like show me the correlations that would actually fix. And he's like, and I'll do it. And those people just shut up and never commented. It's just really funny. Like, people like to give him shit, but then he's like, I mean, okay, put your money where your mouth is. And nobody ever does. Nobody steps up to bat. Pregnant Bill Gates. He leveraged Tesla for the deal. I feel like I'm missing things. Near midnight here is Z's time. Cheers all. Yeah, no, I think we're going to be logging off soon. At this point, we've spiraled into off-topic conversations. So yeah, if anybody needs to head out, feel free. Go right ahead. Thank you for joining us. Remind everybody when they hop in, you mean we derailed the AMA? Not really. Viking not up on social media. 100%. You guys want to know what I do every day? I wake up in the morning. I brew a cup of Coffee Labs roasted coffee, which is always delicious, of course. And then I hop in my computer chair, I sign in, I start having meetings, I start going on with stuff. Like, I don't look at social media. I spend 99.9% of my day on Discord. And if I'm not on Discord, I'm like on my phone swiping on Tinder. Which also, just so you know, yields almost no results. So I really don't have any life outside of talking to you guys. And that's just a little bit of TMI on my behalf. Make a burner Tinder to leak to like your other Tinder. Yeah, that'll make me feel better for sure. Damn. Oh, that would be really sad. If I ever get to that point, please shoot me. Seriously derailed. That's funny. When OG Pass. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that'll also be launched around the same time as the tokens and Minecraft server and everything like that. It's coming. We got the contracts ready for it and everything. We got the art. This AMA, anything. I I'm lost. Anyway, I'm getting so confused today, guys. I gotta stop reading your comments. Um, Yeah, Miniman, you said when OG Pass. Yeah, we have the art, we have the contracts for it. Literally is just coming down the upload, and I am meeting with. So currently, we're working on just correcting a couple of the errors that came out of this that came out of the reroll, and then we're gonna get to that. So don't worry. What does AMA mean? Ask me anything. Oh, I mean, yeah, exactly. So no, that's a good point. Thank you for walking me through that. Sometimes I need someone to hold my hand. No, delete it. Why is that still a thing? Z, I swear to God. He says mic drop. Mudbutt, I feel like we make you too confident sometimes. Dude, I swear to God, see, why is that a thing?
Ever, dude.
The video is so bad.
Yo, you and a crazy California cow, Kung Fu, doing Kung Fu, man. It's great.
So, I can't believe you took the time to make that video. I genuinely can't. Okay, guys. That being said, yep, definitely 2 a.m. Yeah, exactly. I think we're all getting a little loopy here, getting off topic. I'm in the weird part of YouTube again. Hey, I get there every day. Don't you worry, my friend. But yeah, considering this space is recorded and everything like that, for one, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. But I am just going to say thank you, everybody, for showing up. Genuinely had a good time speaking with you all. And, of course, always looking forward to more feedback and to... Gosh dang it, Mudbutt. Definitely looking forward to hearing more feedback and seeing your guys' ideas and hanging out with you guys some more in Discord and playing some games and stuff. So remember to keep your eyes on announcements. Be sure to join the AMAs. Don't forget to retweet and interact with our tweets. We are looking to grow the engagement back over there as well. So much love to all of you. Thank you again so much. And I'm looking forward to the future we're now building together. So thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.